attacker number 1 casually walks away from the scene, attacker number 3 joins the assault with the goal of knocking out the second victim still standing. In the top frame, I want you to pay close attention to how attacker number 3 throws his punch. As attacker number 3 launches his wide winging right hand, he actually grabs the bike rack with his left hand while his right arm is fully extended behind his back. At this moment, attacker number 3 is literally sticking his chin out, leaving his head, neck, and chin vulnerable and defenseless to counterstrikes. As you can see from the still frame, the victim's left arm is so close he could reach out and touch the attacker's face. Although the victim has a number of offensive options, a swift, powerful, and accurate left straight or pinpoint right cross would have been extremely effective in this situation. I want to share with you several combative techniques that would have drastically impacted the outcome of this attack for the victim. So attacker number 2 lunges at the victim, throwing a stepping lead jab from a traditional stance. His mechanics are poor as he wades in with his hands down. Also, he throws the jab. He makes a common mistake of not keeping his right hand high to defend. It's actually his waist. For the victim, he wants to employ a striking tactic that puts him on the left side of attacker number 2, creating distance and a barrier between attacker number 3, who is rapidly approaching and trying to surround him. From the victim's viewpoint, in southpaw foot position, there are many devastating techniques possible depending on your striking prowess. Here are a few of my favorites, and we're just keeping in mind these are techniques that are trying to get attacker number 2 in between me and attacker number 3. So these techniques are specifically chosen because they put me in a favorable position after I actually launch the strikes. The first technique, jab redirect to the lunging right elbow. So the victim parries the attacker's left jab with his right hand or forearm while stepping laterally to the right and outside the attacker's left foot. Almost simultaneous to parrying the jab, stay in the southpaw stance and lunge forward, throwing a right powerful elbow to the temple, behind the ear, or side of the neck. If the attacker gives you his back, you can also strike to the back of the head, the base of the neck, and the back part of the spinal column. Second technique, lead right hook to a rear power knee. So timing is critical in this combination because we're actually going to be landing the hook over the top of the jab. So while pivoting counterclockwise and moving offline, the victim can throw a lead right hook that goes over the top of the attacker's jab, aiming for the chin, temple, or lateral neck. Landing the explosive right hook here will cause the attacker to either drop or bend forward and lean to his right. So after that, we want to grab and clench the back of the head or the shirt, pulling down violently and blasting a left power knee to his face or solar plexus, visualizing your knee strike penetrating 4 to 6 inches deep into your target. And it's really important to pull down here because as the knee comes up and you pull down, it's like a head-on collision versus you driving your car and hitting something that's not moving. A head-on collision is going to cause much more damage. So the harder you pull down, the more damage you're going to cause in that. Now I want to talk about the knife attack that resulted in the death of the victim in the green shirt. Reports indicate that a single stab wound to the heart was the cause of death. The purpose of the multi-frame illustration above is to spotlight the footwork and body mechanics attacker number 3 utilized to carry out the deadly knife attack. So in frame A, the attacker is hunched forward, stalking the victim, holding the knife in his right hand. In frames B and C, the attacker takes 2 quick steps, positioning himself in a southpaw stance, preparing his body to stab the victim. In the last frame, the attacker thrusts the knife out, lunging forward by pushing off the back foot, similar to a boxing jab or a fencing style of attack. So the angle and style of this type of attack is often referred to as a straight stab. Standing in an unobstructed parking lot with the ability to move explosively in any direction, it would be difficult for attacker number 3 to execute that same stab on an experienced combative practitioner. Creating distance and separation is essential in edged weapon defense. The key, though, is having the ability and space to move explosively and dynamically away from the threat. Unfortunately, the victim did have the ability and space to avoid the fatal stab, but didn't possess the training or awareness to utilize it. In regards to edged weapon disarms, a straight stab in my opinion, is preferable to a slashing style of attack. In terms of reaction time studies and Hick's law, you will have a higher probability of success defending a straight stab because there are less angles of attack available. For instance, the trajectory of a slash can easily be modified throughout the motion, either extending or retracting the arm, and without changing the grip on the knife, the slashing attack can come from a forehand or a backhand direction. Irregardless of how a knife is held or what style of attack is used, there's a low probability of disarming effectiveness and a high probability of receiving serious lacerations, even if the disarm is successful. For this reason, empty-hand knife disarming is a last resort. Preferred options are fleeing the altercation, locate and use improvised defensive instruments, getting concealment or cover for your body to protect your vital organs, or to deploy your own self-defense weaponry. Tactical Survival Training's mission is to safeguard and enrich humanity by fostering a safer, more alert society for our children, loved ones, and future generations to benefit from. This will be accomplished by educating, training, and empowering the virtuous people like you of our planet to prevail in the face of unprovoked violence and brutality. So as mentioned previously, it is illegal to carry a concealed tactical pistol in the UK, but for anyone watching this video in the United States, I emphatically encourage you to get a self-defense weapon, train and practice with it frequently, and obtain professional instruction to ensure you can properly and efficiently use it. For the good people residing in the UK, regrettably the deck has been stacked against you. The criminals and villains illegally possess and use weapons to commit violent, unprovoked crimes, and virtuous, law-abiding citizens aren't allowed to carry or use self-defense or personal protection equipment. Although there is much debate in regards to whether or not the weapons ban has increased or decreased crime prevention, the simple fact of the matter is that violent crime, murders, and home invasions do happen, and you are not immune from being a victim. So it is evident from the video that neither the attackers nor the victims knew much about close quarters combatives or the biomechanics of effective and efficient striking. These are critical life skills that you must understand and practice if you wish to manage and survive a similar type of violent attack. Embracing the survival mentality and training in martial arts or self-defense combatives or art of the fighting pistol will provide numerous benefits to your life. For example, improved vitality and self-confidence, enhanced mind-body connection, functional strength and flexibility, and most importantly, it can save your life or the life of a loved one. I'd like to personally thank you for watching, liking, and sharing this video. Your support means the world to us, and I truly mean that. If you have any true crime cases or surveillance footage you'd like us to break down, or you simply have a question, please send us a message anytime. As always, prevent, thrive, survive.